Full commitment, motivational video. There's a powerful message behind the concept of full commitment. The reason most people fail is not because of external factors, but because they give up what they want most for what they want now. It's easy to blame others, circumstances, or bad luck. But the truth is, the only thing holding you back is you. The battle we fight is not against others. It's against ourselves, our laziness, our fear, and our reluctance to leave our comfort zones. Taking responsibility for your life is tough. It's much easier to settle for mediocrity, to stay in your comfort zone, or to make excuses. But true transformation begins when you look in the mirror and admit that you can and must do better. It's about being honest with yourself, recognizing that you didn't give your all, and realizing that it's you who needs to change. That's the first step toward greatness. We often admire successful people and wonder how they got there, not realizing the years of sacrifice and discipline they endured long before we ever heard their names. Success doesn't happen overnight. It's the result of consistent hard work and making smart choices. Every shortcut you take only robs you of the success you could achieve. The regret of not giving your best effort can be far more painful than the discomfort of working hard in the moment. Imagine reaching the end of your life and realizing that you could have been great, but you didn't get off the couch because it seemed too hard. The worst failure is not falling down, but never trying in the first place. In a world where most people are content with mediocrity, those who are willing to put in the hard work will always have an advantage. Many talk about success, but few actually work for it. Those long, exhausting days, the relentless grind, the hard practices, that's the process that reveals who is truly committed. It's during those moments of exhaustion that champions are made. Life doesn't reward the average. If you continue to be average in your efforts, you will lose your job, your relationships, your opportunities. Every decision you make, every effort you put in shapes the reality you live in. You can't blame circumstances for where you are. You are the sum of your decisions and actions. If you don't like where you are, the only way out is to change your effort. Living a phenomenal life is a choice, but it requires building it piece by piece, decision by decision. You must earn the life you want, and it often means stepping far outside your comfort zone. Every shortcut, every easy way out, tears down the life you're trying to build. The life you want won't be handed to you. You have to work for it. A personal story of commitment. Consider a young man who had a dream of becoming a professional athlete. Every day, he would wake up at 4:30 a.m. to train, while his friends slept in or spent time partying. He was at the gym, lifting weights, running drills, and pushing his body to its limits. It wasn't easy. There were days when he wanted to quit, when his muscles ached, and when it felt like his efforts weren't paying off. But he kept going because he knew that success would only come from hard work and commitment. Years later, he made it to the pros, but not because he was the most talented. He succeeded because he was the most committed. He was willing to sacrifice his comfort, his free time, and his immediate pleasures for something greater. And when he looked back on his journey, he realized that the hard work was worth it. He could face himself in the mirror and say, "I gave it everything I had." That's the kind of commitment that leads to greatness. It's not about talent or luck. It's about putting in the work when nobody's watching. It's about grinding when everyone else is resting. The process weeds out those who aren't willing to sacrifice. That's why success is rare. And that's why it's so rewarding when you achieve it. The mindset shift. To truly commit, you need a mindset shift. You have to stop living as though life is happening to you and start taking control of your destiny. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are the master of your life. If you don't like what you see in your life, it's up to you to change it. Every day is a chance to improve, to put in the work, and to push yourself beyond your limits. When it comes to effort, you can't afford to be casual. Every minute of your day should be intentional and deliberate. Successful people don't waste time. They're strategic in how they use every hour. If you want to succeed, you have to push through the pain. There's glory on the other side of that discomfort, but you have to be willing to endure it. Whether it's working an extra hour, running a little faster, or lifting a little more weight, that extra effort is what separates the great from the average. A lesson from an entrepreneur. There was a young entrepreneur who started his own company. He worked 18-hour days, 7 days a week, for years. His friends told him he was crazy, that he was working too hard, and that he needed to take it easy. But he had a dream, and he knew that in order to succeed, he had to outwork everyone else. His company faced many challenges, and there were times when he thought about giving up, but he kept going because he believed in his vision. Years later, his company became a huge success. When asked about the secret to his success, he didn't talk about his ideas or his strategy. He talked about his work ethic. He said, "I wasn't the smartest or the most talented, but I was the hardest worker in the room." That's what full commitment looks like. Final thoughts. The life you want is within your reach, but it won't come easy. You have to be willing to give 120%, to grind harder, and to sacrifice more than anyone else. You have to put in the effort when nobody's watching, when it's uncomfortable, and when you'd rather be doing something else. But that's what separates the average from the great. If you want it, you have to go get it. Success isn't free. It's earned through hard work, discipline, and a relentless commitment to your goals. It's about waking up every day with the mindset that you're going to give it your all, no matter what. So ask yourself, are you giving 120%? If not, it's time to step up your game. You have a great dream, but your grind has to match that dream. Success is out there, waiting for you, but you have to be willing to do what it takes to achieve it.